After I broke the original screen of my iPhone 6s, I realized that there is a ton of dirt cheap third-party replacement screens on AliExpress. But are these replacement screens worth buying? And which one should you get? I'm gonna compare 3 of these Chinese replacement screens to the original 6s screen. All the screens I'm gonna talk about are linked in the description. Each of these screens goes for about €20 or $25. The first one I got is from a company called Huape. The front cam assembly, home button and metal backplate are not included. The little plastic pieces, which hold front cam and proximity sensor in place, are not pre-installed. That was a huge disadvantage since I couldn't get the proximity sensor working again. Viewing angles were not great, but okay. The screen showed color shift while scrolling. 3D touch didn't work properly. Touch ID worked perfectly fine with the original home button. The biggest flaw of that screen was definitely the touchscreen. The amount of ROM inputs began to increase after a couple of weeks of use. Multi-touch wasn't working either, so I got another one. The second screen is from a seller called Tworks. It came with everything pre-installed. Home button, front cam assembly and metal backplate. Viewing angles were okay, but not great again. 3D touch didn't work properly again. It had some touchscreen input issues, but not as bad as the first one. Multi-touch gestures were working. The brightness sensor also didn't work, but the proximity sensor did its job. One thing you need to know is that Touch ID doesn't work if the original home button is installed. I managed to fix that by replacing the Touch ID flex cable. After a drop from about 1 meter on wooden floor, the screen broke. It seems to lack a little bit of durability. The third screen is from a manufacturer called Tianma. The little plastic pieces, which hold front cam and proximity sensor in place, are pre-installed, which makes it much easier getting the proximity sensor to work. It comes without backplate, home button and front cam assembly. Colors and brightness seem pretty good on that screen. Viewing angles seem great to me. Touch ID worked perfectly fine. The touchscreen has no issues whatsoever. The only thing which isn't perfect is 3D touch. It somewhat works, but it's not as reliable as on the original one. But if you rarely use 3D touch, this screen is definitely a great deal for you. So, to sum up, I wouldn't recommend getting my first 2 screens. The third one is a great deal if you don't need 3D touch. So, if any one of you knows other screens on AliExpress which were great, feel free to leave me a comment below.